summer, summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig. Summer, summer, summertime, summertime.
Hi there Virgo, and welcome to your modern shaman Maria and RainbowLand here with the Heartful Weekly Report for the week that starts at the 4th and ends at the 12th of September 2018. If you're not a Virgo, then your sign is down there through a link. Just go into the text and click it. So these are the 7 signs of the week for the Virgos. First sign has something to do with your planet. It's coming back home. Whoa, this means arms in the air time for you guys, because your planet is moving back home on the 6th. Wow. So it's finishing up in your 12th house, where you have been introverting, where you have been really going inside and feeling all the shedding that needed to be done, the purging and the letting go, and your spirituality, your need of rest, etc. Virgo, your planet is coming home. That's amazing for you. You will feel in your natural space. It's even going to create the grand trine in earth signs between Saturn in your 5th and Uranus in your 9th house. Wow. So this is something to do with you. Again, reawakening also with sign number 2 of the week. Let's just get this in already. Saturn is moving forward on the 7th. So slowly, so he went backwards, he went retrograde, stopped almost, and now he's moving forward. Slowly again, but he's moving forward. In your 5th house. So, in your 5th house, sorry, there's something with the sound now. What's going on? Okay, it's back on. So Saturn in your 5th house is making new structures for you, is creating good, healthy structures for you in your relationships with your children, with your own creativity, with your ability to follow your heart, in your romantic life, in your ability to dare try something new, but with certain structures, you know. So he's moving forward and creating this with your planet Mercury, the grand trine once again down to Uranus, your 9th house. So you're definitely changing your belief systems whenever, you know, Uranus is also retrograding, of course. So Uranus is also looking back over what you already changed. So certain epiphanies come and you get an understanding of what changed for you, because something has changed and it's still changing. It's in the move, it's materializing, it's becoming more and more real in the 3D world for you to see what changes you've made in yourself that's reflected in the outside world, in the lives of your children, of your romantic partner, or just you maybe finding new ways of looking for a romantic partner, depending on, again, what your situation is. But it's something to do with your identity. You're starting a new phase now with your planet. It's a new, not a new astro year, but yes it is, because it's also your birthday. So congratulations to the Virgos who has their birthdays this week, or also last week, if I forgot to say it. So it's your new astral year in many ways, a new beginning, a new start. With your planet at home, it's amazing. Congratulations with that. Moving forward out of the retrograde zone, etc. Sign number 2 of the week. Sign number 2 of this week. Someone is shooting. Oh, no, I think it was a bad car. Maybe I could hear. Sign number 2 of this week, we know it's Saturn on the 7th, moving direct. Sign number 3 is Venus. Venus is here in your 2nd house of resources, finances. A good house, healthy. You have a healthy financial situation, probably, or feel like it. She's moving into Scorpio. She's changing signs on the 9th. And this is a part of a cycle, because she has now entered her shadow phase cycle. Her cycle, where she will pass over the same place 3 times, this zone. And this zone is down here. She's moving forward, then she's moving backwards and forward again. She won't be out of this zone here until the 18th or 19th of December, 18th of December this year, more than 3 months. So anything you start now in your relationships with others that is concerning your resources, your finances, etc., and your communication skills, which has something to do with Scorpio, your 3rd house, communication, movement, environment, siblings, or people that feels like your brothers and sisters. will be affected. So if there's any conflict starting now that doesn't have a resolution immediately, it's because it's in the zone for more than 3 months. This means that it will take a while for you to resolve whatever starts now. So if you're in some kind of dispute, count to 10 until you just say something straight in people's faces that will make them go crazy on you. It's a very good idea right now to be calm in your relationships and see what it is that you can learn. That's definitely a lesson for you. That is what the retrograde phases are. They are lessons for us. It's about our resources, finances, relationships, etc. when it's something to do with Venus. So what is it that you need to learn in regards to this? There's no need to shoot any messenger because people are just mirrors of what you need to learn. Yes. The moon this week, is sign number 4 of the week. Starting in Cancer. In your 11th house of relationships, etc., causing some problems with your 5th house because it's going to be in opposition to the 3 Mars, Pluto, and Saturn. So maybe there are some complications for you between your friends, your partners, your romantic partner, your children, something to do with your children, something to do with the groups of people you hang out with, some misunderstanding. It doesn't have to be anything big, just again, breathe. Goes into Libra, your 12th house, ask you to rest. Try to get some time for you to rest and have some peaceful time because you need it when it's in the 12th house before it starts on a fresh meeting up with Mercury and the Sun in your 1st house. Just putting a fire to that this is definitely your new year. A new moon in your sign is meeting with the Sun. This means for the next half year, you have the ability to work with until she again meets up with a full moon in your sign. When the Sun is in Pisces in half a year in March, you will see the results of the work that you start now and the work you do for the next 6 months, improving your identity, your sense of self, to have more self-worth, more assertiveness, to move forward towards new goals, to be a better you. This is your chance now, and remember, whenever doors are opening, we walk through, we don't wait. I know that the Virgos has its pace, their pace. Me having the moon in Virgo, etc., I know. But you still have to walk through these doors, and Saturn is going to guide you, and he's going to want you to do it the right way. Sign number 5 of the week is this Mars thing. So it's Mars in the critical degrees of Capricorn forming a square to Pluto down here in Libra. And that is the relationship issue I talked about before. It's before Libra moves signs, changes signs. A square is happening. I believe, or is it? Actually, I can't see it on my phone right now. But anyway, there's a square here in the cusp, at least. On the cusp. And this means that it has something to do with your resources or your communication with other people. Mars is aggressive, can be. It's a warrior who just wants to move forward. He's under the control, of course, of Saturn and Pluto because he's in there. He's in Saturn's home, so he has to do what Saturn says. So he cannot just lash out and be aggressive, and he has to follow Saturn's rules. But be aware of if someone else is aggressive towards you, don't react back, because then you'll just take the same role as Mars. And don't be the aggressive one, even though you want to rip someone's head off, because they're actually not being nice to you in one way or the other. Then try to be kind. You don't benefit from this, of reacting. Breathe deeply. Don't be too proud. 5th house ruled by Leo, pride. Then we have, of course, the activation as Mars moves in on the 11th to Aquarius. After that, the grand quarter, the square between Uranus is reactivated. It started the 2nd week of May, and again we had it blush up during summertime, and now it's there again with new glasses on, seeing it in a new light. So Yeah. And then when Mars is out of all of this, then maybe the problems will finally be resolved that you have noticed was there 3 times. I know what it is in my life. Question is, what is it in yours? Sign number 6 of this week is that, yay, Jupiter is in sextile with Pluto, that's in a sextile with Neptune in Pisces. That is a nice aspect, you know. It's between your 3rd house, communication, 5th house, romance, children, creativity, 7th house of relationships. So this is a chance of you to go into your spiritual higher self, contact that through opening the doors up for the intuition you have, to expand your mind in order to change your communication with people, and first and foremost your relationship with your children, your creativity, your ability to follow your heart needs a transformation, and it's being helped by you listening to your guides, your angels, your higher self, through meditation, walks in nature, whatever keeps you quiet enough to hear voices of the other dimensions, or sense feelings, or however you receive messages, and communicate it in the right way in the world so that you improve your situation also with your romantic partner and your children, etc. And if you have your own business also. Don't use drugs to shortcut any contact with the other side of the world. It's just my advice. Do what you want, of course, but drugs create holes in your astral body. Those holes makes it possible for any type of energy to enter, energies that you cannot control, and it will take a long time to heal these holes. So it's just an advice. And that advice was important, otherwise the bell wouldn't have rang supporting me. Sign number 7 of the week is that any crisis is your friend. No matter which crisis you have been in or are in, it's your friend, because it's going to take you to higher places when you're through them. And know that the sun will rise tomorrow. If you're still in a crisis, if you are out, try to see what this crisis has brought you, whatever kind of crisis it was. I'm going to draw the card of the week back home and say it to you in a voice over with beautiful pictures of this garden. So now, time for the card of the week. If you can, use nice shoe. Oh, a tree is falling. So they just... Whoa. That was well done. Impressed. You felt the wind? My goodness, so this was a really, really good point was made.
Wait with the store. Yeah.
Andrea, if you are a little bit on my film on YouTube, it's the different star signs, is it okay?
It's okay.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I have a channel. Awesome, awesome. You are in the Taurus sign of the week. We are up here from Italy. He managed to take down a tree by his hands while we were doing the report. To let it here, John is cutting it over here because he wants to start the fire. And I hope that he got it all filmed. Well, 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 the card of the week for you guys, Virgo. That's such an appropriate card because it's your birthday and your planet is back home and it's the Queen of Pentacles. Oh my God, take a look at this. Showing a woman on her throne, dressed in red, carrying a crown. And in her chest she's having this pentacle, coin, very big one. And she's looking right upon it. So the pentacle symbolizes the value she has, and she's bent over a little bit over the pentacle, and around her is a rose bush or something like that, a symbol of abundance, perhaps. So she has a rabbit, and in the background you see mountains, and a very luxuriant landscape in general. So the card is symbolizing the connections to the earth, to Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Urkraft. It's called in German and Danish, ancient power. But also anything having to do with the material world. So it indicates kind of abundance in material finances, or maybe you enjoy some fine, nice clothes, good food, a little bit Taurus-like actually, very pleasant surroundings. And as you have Uranus and Taurus forming the grand trine again here with Mercury, your planet, maybe it will kick a hole upon something financially for you. Could be, but it can also be the actual enjoyment of the material things that are not to do with money, but just, enjoying life around you. And so at the same time you recognize and realize that you're ready to do what it takes to achieve these things, and it indicates that you've been willing to work really hard to achieve something. So the Queen of Pentacles is now reached the point where there's been a great challenge behind her, all the things that she came through, and now you can rest and have more attention upon yourself and your physical needs. And when you draw this card, or I draw it for you, it's a sign of maybe you need to do something good for your body and eat healthy, just like the Virgos. Like, she's very healthy, or you should put yourself in front. I mean, the first place. Now we're in your first house. Maybe you should appreciate and value yourself in a new way. And unhealthy eating habits can be dropped, or you can start a new diet, renew the wardrobe, new kind of exercise. So thank you so much for watching this week. I truly appreciate it. And remember, if you haven't subscribed already, that you can do so. And you can always leave any kind of comments here. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful nature images here. Big hugs from your modern shaman. See you next week. And of course, and by the way, you have to remember this. Don't follow trends. Follow your heart.
Summertime, summertime. Så du min, og jeg vild med dig.